Hello everyone, Thijs here, and this time with a special news that we got here. We just got some very exciting news for Hearthstone. The new expansion has been revealed. Rastakhan's Rumble. Rastakhan's Rumble is gonna be the new expansion for Hearthstone. The expansion will be coming at the 4th of December, if I'm correct, so in a little less than a month, and we just got the first view and the first news of it at BlizzCon, so super exciting. Rastakhan's Rumble is going to be a lot about trolls. They're going to be troll champions as legendary minions for every class 1. There will be a little single player mode as an adventure mode for the Rumble run. There will be a new keyword added to the game with overkill and a few more things as well. So super exciting. Already 16 cards have been revealed at BlizzCon. So I want to take a little bit of a few as well towards the 16 cards that have been revealed already. But first, let's take a little bit of the overall look at the expansion. What the Rumble will be about is, let me see, 135 new cards here are gonna be added. Overkill is the new keyword. Overkill, take a little look at this Sul'thraze for a good view on what Overkill will do. When Overkill kills something and you have leftover attack, so for example, when you attack for 4 and you attack a minion with 2 or 3 health, the Overkill trigger will happen, and depending on the effect you will get an extra bonus. So for this weapon it will mean you attack. For another card you might get like an extra bonus effect of summoning. A lot of extra things that can happen with the Overkill. Then we have like spirits that are added to the game. Every class will get a spirit, and every spirit will be a 0/3 minion and gaining stealth for a turn, with also like a bonus effect. To give a little bit of an example, here you have the Spirit of the Shark. Stealth for a turn, your minion battle cries and combos trigger twice. So a bonus effect on that one, where you can get yourself a lot of combos going. And we got here as well for the Rumble as well some extra content. But let's already take a little look maybe, guys, at the first cards that have been revealed. So there will be a Rumble run happening. You can choose yourself one of the teams that you can join. There will be shrines added to the game. And you got yourself, you can get a little bit of a bonus or get yourself a win bonus. And also an extra an alternate shaman hero gets added to the game. You have King Rastakhan, but will be the shaman hero of the game. So pretty cool about that as well. A new skin. And let's take a little look at all the cards to give a little bit of a feel what the first cards will be. What do we all have here? First card, Cannon Barrage. 6 mana, deal 3 damage. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Repeat for each of your pirates. So kinda a pirate rogue card. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy, repeat for each of your pirates. Well, the problem with this card is a little bit the cost, right? So, very expensive card for like a pirate. I don't know if you can make a pirate rogue work, and then it can be like, let's say, deal 9 damage. So, it's gonna be a little hard to make work. Then we have your Hex Lord Malacrass joining in. Add a copy of your opening hand to your hand. So, an additional value card here. You better get a good opening hand, guys, and then this card can be very good. 8 mana, 5/5. You generate yourself a lot. It's kind of like an Elise, where you get like yourself a pack and you open a pack, but then you better have a good opening hand, otherwise you open a very bad pack. But very cool design card, high value card there for the mage. With the Hex Lord, Pyromaniac. 3 mana, 3/4. Whenever you kill, when your hero power kills a minion, draw a card. Well, 3 mana, 3/4s are always decent, so that's like something. But your hero power, draw a card. I think it's kind of might be a little hard to make work. It's more like a 5 mana card maybe, but can be very good with getting like yourself a little bit of extra value. Very good in arena especially. But maybe there is some way that you can make it work in arena or just in constructed as well. Reign of Toads. Summon 3 2/4 toads with taunt. Overload 3. So we got here a Spreading Plague here for Shaman with toads. The overload is kind of high on this card. Maybe this card shows guys how OP Spreading Plague is with summon 3 2/4 toad or summon 3 2/4 totems. It feels like if you compare this to Feral Spirits, I feel this card is very weak. So I don't think it's a card that you can like any playing constructed. Or you need to get like some special Toad synergy. Also, the mossies that are already around in the meta is probably not going to make it any easier for this card to work. So maybe in an Overload Shaman you can make this Rain of Toads work a little bit. Next on, Baited Arrow. Deal 3 damage, guys. Overkill, summon a 5/5 Devilsaur. So this shows the overkill mechanic very well as well. What you obviously want to do is deal 3 damage, but what is very important, guys, is that you deal 3 damage into a 1 or into a 2 health creature, and then the overkill triggers. If you deal 3 damage in a 3 health creature, well, you kill it, but the overkill will not trigger. And well, if you have an overkill of a 5/5 Devilsaur, you definitely want to make sure that you deal the 1 or 2 damage to kill the minion off. Kind of feels like a Bane of Doom, a little bit. So it's really comparable to a consistent Bane of Doom, but we know how good a consistent Bane of Doom can be. We know how good flanking strike is, what kinda is a little bit comparable as well to this, and deals a little less but summons more. Pretty good card. It's a good card, guys, this. Hunter likes this card. Hunter likes a card that deals like that deals damage and summons in the same time. So it can be a very promising card for Hunter. Spell Hunter also. Spirit Paw, 1 mana 1/1. Rush Battlecry at a 1/1 links with a rush to your hand. I suppose the 1/1 links is also a 1 mana 1/1 rush. So kind of like an early value game card. Can be good as like Hunter 1-drops are not the greatest besides Dire Maul. So I can see a beast with a 1 rush have some synergy. Can be good with Adept, of course. Can be very good, guys, in the Quest Hunter that I've been playing. So pretty interesting, this Spirit Paw, to see if it can be in somewhere. But this is definitely a card, guys, that is insta include in Quest Hunter. So we already got that synergy. Play it with the Toxmonger and you get double rush with double poisonous to have 2 assassinates. Pretty good. Quest Hunter meta, here we go, chat. Savage Striker, Battlecry, deal damage to an enemy minion is the new Druid card. 2 mana 2/3 for the Druid. A Battlecry, deal damage to an enemy minion equal to your hero's attack. So having some synergy with Malfurion. If you take the 3 attack of Malfurion, you have a Medivh's Valet that deals 3 damage. You shall not underrate this card, because it is a 2 mana 2/3 with a Battlecry bonus effect. So it is like, at worst with your hero power, it's like an old school Flame Lancer. What is not bad. It's a 2 mana 2/3 with an upside, where if you have like any cards that give attack to your hero, also cards like Savage Roar can of course do it. Maybe it's a more token Druid card. But it works as well with Twig. Just have a Twig equipped and use your hero power, and it is a 2 mana 2/3 with deal 2 damage. So a very card you shall not underestimate, this Savage Striker. Void Contract. So guys, there we go. I was looking at this card and I was thinking of this Thanos meme kind of thing. Or like when I saw this card I immediately had to think of Thanos. Void Contract. 8 mana. Destroy half of each player's deck. I mean, it's kind of a crazy card, but you can make combo decks very mad, guys, when you play this deck. I'm gonna make a Thanos lock work, man. But a Void Contract, destroying half of each player's deck, it can really destroy opponents' like combo mechanics. So it can be very good, like against a Shuttlebox Shaman deck, for example. If it will be good enough, like the cost of the card is very high. It's an 8 mana, destroy half of each player's deck, so it's very inexpensive card. Hard to maybe make completely work in that way. But there is potential for it to work. We'll see how it will turn out, but I think the cost of the card is just a little bit too high. But it can really be like, against any kind of combo deck, it can be very, very powerful mechanic. So definitely interesting. Maybe you can even play it with like Blood Bloom to make it like cheaper, and you can already destroy half of your opponent's deck at turn 2. Pretty sick. We'll see. Next up, Immortal Prelate. Shuffle this into your deck. It keeps any enchantment. 2 mana, 1/3. It's a pretty an okay stat line for a 2-drop. But what is very interesting is the shuffle mechanic. So it keeps any buffs. Paladin has a lot of buff cards that have a lot of upsides. So if you play like any good, and the stat line of this card is already decent, but if you play like any like a Blessing of Kings, a Spiker Steed, even a draw card on this, and you get it back, it can be very powerful. It can be it's like it has like the same effect of Kingsbane in a way that it keeps any buffs. So if you draw, like if you can consistently draw this card, maybe there are some very powerful combo mechanics work. Of course, this deck is also like something for a more Galvadon Paladin, but I'm not sure if it puts that power level. I am more thinking of the consistency of this card itself. Like, I think this card can be a card that can just like carry some games, or it's just such a powerful 2-drop, like working as a 2-mana Linessa, maybe a baby Kingsbane card, where if you can consistently make sure you draw this card in any way, or if there are any cards that support that kind of archetype for Paladin, it has potential to be very good. Surrender to Madness. 3 mana, destroy 3 of your mana crystals, give all minions in your deck +2/+2. Kind of feels like a balanced Khaleesi. Maybe shows how OP Khaleesi is. Destroy 3 mana crystals, give all your minions +2/+2. There's definitely upside on this, so can be very cool to make it work, but I think the destroy of 3 mana crystals is also like kind of hurting. Interesting. Yeah, with the Immortal Prelate, it's also having like call to arms value, but like if this can like consistently get recruited or consistently drawn, it's a very powerful card. Also, the legendary guys for the Warlock is Hir'eek the Bad. Fill your boards with copy of this minion. So if you play the Soul Infusion on this card, or if you get any more hand buffs going, guys, you can make some very strong Hir'eek Bad, and then it feels like a little bit like an Alana to me, the Hir'eek the Bad. And it's definitely an 8 mana card that wins games. So that's the power of this card. The question is like how many buffs can you make in this in like a Warlock work? It doesn't really support any current Warlock archetype. It isn't like Warlock is very about clearing. So a card like this can maybe be a little hard, but Mage has the very same thing. And Mage also likes to play Alana as just a win condition, so I definitely see potential for the bet, but you have to play cards that like buff your hand, and we have Soul Infusion, what works. Now we got the Spirit of the Bed, as you can see, as well, this gives a minion +1 in your hand, yeah, so also that works. Not sure if they're gonna be like enough cards for the Hir'eek the Bed to work, but hey, these are just the first cards, guys, that we are getting. So we're gonna get more cards, of course, to make work. It definitely has potential to be like a very good card. So I will not underestimate this card yet. Hir'eek the Bad. Very interesting card. Definitely a card that can win games. If you make this like a 3/3 or a 5/5. If you make this a 5/5, guys, it's such a bomb, man. If you have like at least like, if you survived there before, fill your board with 8 mana 5/5s. Like, that's insane. That's just insane, guys. So there are ways that you can make this card work. Sudden feels Batman for Evolve Shaman. Now there is like the 8 pool is not the safest pool anymore, guys. There is also an 8 mana 1/1. Aw. Every expansion feels like a nerf to Evolve Shaman. Spirit of the Bed. Stealth for 1 turn. So this is an example, guys, of the spirit mechanic, where the spirit mechanic, every class will get 1 spirit card, what will be a 0/3, and they will all have stealth for 1 turn. Very important fact to notice is, guys, the stealth for 1 turn is not a battle cry. So if you, let's say, recruit this card, or if you, let's say, Meatwagon this card out of your deck, it will still have stealth for 1 turn. It will not be like just a battle cry. It still has stealth for 1 turn. You still can make these mechanics work. And it's definitely relevant when you think about Meatwagon as a card that can pull these cards off. You can think about Recruit as a mechanic to get all these kind of cards going. So that's like, there is some upside of this being like just an, in general, stealth for 1 turn mechanic. After a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1. So it can be a good card in like a zoo deck, I think. Because you get like maybe a lot of cards bonus effects going. It being stealth, like it can be consistently a card that you can buff with Fungomancer, maybe even cards like Direwolf or like some other cards. But there is potential, as it is a 2-mana 0/3, to become like one of the good spirit cards. Then we have here Spirit of the Shark as well. Stealth for 1 turn. Your minion battle cries and combos trigger twice. So wow, we have here another card that make the battle cries trigger twice, but also combo cards trigger twice. Very interesting card. For the rogue, gets a very combo oriented card. Never underestimate the power of combo cards in rogue. So can be very very interesting. Not sure if there's like enough power combo cards possible with this card, but there is definitely things that you can do. Also battle cries can make like things work, but the card itself is a little slow. 4-mana 0/3, so not sure if you can make it work. Next up, legendary for the Paladin, 25 mana guys. Shirvallah the Tiger. 25 mana, 7/5, Divine Shield Rush Lifesteal, costs 1 less for each mana you have spent on spells. So the spells of Paladin are not very easily playable, so I don't see this card being like any playable. I think it's too expensive. The only thing I think you can make this card work is with Holy Wrath. You just play it and you play Holy Wrath and you deal 25 damage with Holy Wrath, guys. How is that? But for the rest, like, you can make the card very cheap and then it becomes like a super strong Zilliax, but I think it is going to be a little bit too hard at the moment to make this card really work. So you can use it with Lens and you can get yourself this card very cheap. What is another great tool to maybe make this card work? You can make a spell cost 25 mana. You can make this card cheat on and then it is a 0 mana card. So things like that are... like, there are some very good mechanics that you can do with Paladin to cheat on this card. But has potential. Sharkfin Fan. 2 mana 2/2. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 pirate. Very good card, I think. Cards like this are always very good. 2 mana cards that have upsides. And why I think this card is very good is because it could fit very well in a rogue. And maybe you can make a pirate rogue deck work. Has like potential to also work in warrior. But mainly rogue, because you can use this card and then you dagger and then you die. So let's say you just coin dagger and then you play this card. You already get like 1 pirate directly by just hitting with the dagger. I think this card is good. Like, if pirates get enough supports, this card is definitely gonna be good. So yeah, pirate rogue and maybe warrior has some potential to make this card work as well. But this is a good card, guys. This is a very good card. And then we have Sul'thraze, 6 mana 4/4 warrior weapon with also the overkill mechanic. You may attack again. So it has the... it's kind of like feels a little bit like a Fool's Bane, where you can like hit multiple times. But the way that the overkill then has to work is so you kill like a 2 or 3 HP minion and then you're able to hit again. I'm not sure if this card is... I don't think this card is any good enough for like a board clear card. I think it's like too weak, too heavy cost, and you also take a lot of damage in the meantime. But what I kind of like about this card is it's a 6 mana, deal 16 damage card. Like, I think this is a very strong weapon, guys, to just hit face with. And especially in warrior, where you can play like upgrade, where you can play even like, yeah, you can also play green screen. But what I was very surprised about is that the damage of this card is very high. It's a very high damage card. It's like, I think it's a better card than maybe Arcanite Reaper. So I think that in like a more aggressive warrior, a face warrior, this is a very good card. It's a very strong card. If you can buff this weapon a little bit for warrior, it has definitely potential. So I feel that is like the better potential than even the overkill. Just a stat line of 6 mana, deal 16 damage. Play an upgrade on it, and it's a 6 mana 5/5, so, or a 7 mana 5/5. But then it's a 7 mana, deal 25 damage. So I see more potential in the Smork part of this card than necessarily the overkill. But yeah, guys, that is the overall look. Already a little look in the first cards, but of course, very excited for the Rumble, guys. Very excited. will be coming actually very early. 4th of December will be out. We haven't really seen like the legendaries yet, but there will be legendary minions for every class, like from the trolls. There will be a single player run with the rumble. So very exciting, guys. Very every time a new expansion gets revealed, I'm always excited. So very looking forward to this. Gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. You guys wanna watch the trailer? Let's do it.
To by air, rain and fire. The only things a real troll desire. First to smash and to mash and to bash and maybe mangle. Here it's strangle. Thorn, you'll be warned. My low's gonna trust ya.
I like the music, man.
Say your prayers with voodoo, bashy bashy. Time for fun, we're gonna run ya through. Too bad for you. It's only once a generation. One victor wins the confrontation. Standing here, got no fear. I'm the best in the arena. Man, you never seen a hero cut you down to zero. Victory is no joke. Careful at your door. Cloak. Get your scourge. Our star is born. Here in Stranglehold.
God. This video actually makes me pretty hyped. This is actually what makes me the most hyped. This was actually a very good video, I think. The music was also very good. This is actually a good song. It was actually a legit song. I actually like that song. I actually kind of want to like listen to that song again. The trailer is actually very good. It's one of the best trailers they have made. Some trailers I didn't get like this excited about, but this trailer makes me actually pretty excited.